Hey guys, my name is Shamika and I'm the founder of Duo, and today we're going to talk a bit and answer a few questions on hustle. So stay tuned. First question says, can I use hustle in the AM routine? Yes, you can. What we suggest usage with hustle is actually 2 times a day. You can use it in your AM and your PM routine. Whenever you use it in your AM routine, just make sure that you always follow it up with a sunscreen. Why? Because hustle contains a very high amount of antioxidants. We have 3 types of vitamin C, encapsulated resveratrol, vitamin E, that's tocopherol, and bird sap, 60% bird sap, which is very, very high in antioxidants again. What antioxidants do is protect your skin from the damage that's caused by free radicals. Free radicals get triggered on our skin because of internal body mechanisms, because of environmental aggressors, the pollution, and sunlight. So if you don't use a sunscreen on top of hustle, what's going to happen is the sun rays are going to oxidate the antioxidants. And if your antioxidants are oxidized, then they can't do its job. So definitely use a sunscreen. What antioxidants also do is boost the efficacy of your sunscreen. So your sunscreen is going to perform better, and your sunscreen is going to help antioxidant do its job on the skin. So it's like a perfect match made in heaven. I can't stress on this enough, but antioxidant is such a powerful ingredient that often gets overlooked. But for preventative aging, if you start using antioxidants from the age of early 20s, you're guaranteed that your skin is not going to age or accelerate the aging process. It's not going to accelerate the aging process that your skin would normally go through. It's such an underutilized and understressed ingredient. Antioxidants are beautiful for every age group. If you consistently use antioxidants every day, you'll see in a year how beautiful and how young your skin looks. Does hustle suit sensitive skin types? This is again a very common question that we get a lot in the DMs as well. Hustle does suit sensitive skin types, and I would go as far as saying it's one of the USPs of the product, because in spite of the fact that it is so high in active ingredients, it has a lot of active ingredients, which is also why I feel a lot of the time sensitive skin types are hesitant to try any sort of product that's high in active ingredients, because their skin gets it gets triggered faster, it gets irritated faster. But the beauty of hustle is that despite being so high on active ingredients, it is a very, very gentle, soothing, and nourishing formulation. And this is a lot of the customers who've already been using hustle for a couple of weeks, who have sensitive skin types, have written to us saying this. So hustle definitely does suit sensitive skin types. Under the same umbrella, another question that we get is on fragrance being an irritating component. So the fragrance that's used in hustle is firstly an absolute bare minimal concentration that you can incorporate in a formulation. So it's 0.07 ml. That's like a drop, less than a drop. It's extremely minimal concentration of fragrance that's used, and the only reason that it's used is because there's a lot of ferment ingredients again in the formulation, and ferment ingredients have a ferment smell, and that's not a smell that gives a very pleasant sensorial experience for customers. So to mask that smell, we've had to use a very minimal concentration of fragrance. This is a non-alcoholic fragrance, this is a non-allergenic fragrance, so it's absolutely safe and non-irritating, if that's a concern. So yeah, it really does suit sensitive skin types, and I would urge, because I get the pain that a lot of sensitive skin types can't find a product because products tend to easily irritate the skin. And if you go through the ingredient list in hustle, every ingredient, like, you can't find any ingredient which is drying or which is alcoholic or which is irritating. It's just every ingredient is just adding to the formulation to make it really nourishing, which is why it suits sensitive skin types really well. So yes, it does suit your sensitive skin, to whoever asked this question. Okay, so another question is, I'm using 2% BHA, which I love. How does this fit into my routine? Then there's another question on glycolic acid. How can I use hustle with glycolic acid? And a few more questions generally on exfoliating acids and how hustle goes with exfoliating acids. So the answer to that is, or for that matter, any question which puzzles you regarding what can be paired with what safely, the rule behind what usually when ingredients can work well on the skin is to understand the pH of products and ingredients. So when it's said that don't combine vitamin C with the retinol, or don't combine vitamin C with an exfoliating acid, it's because the pH of all of these products is very, very acidic. So if you go the pH of exfoliating products, so exfoliating acids, alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid, that's salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, usually is always under 3.5, right? That's an acidic range. When you use an exfoliating acid in that pH range, and then say you go in with a pure vitamin C, that's L-ascorbic acid, which is also usually at a pH of 3.2, that's a very acidic pH for your skin. Your skin barrier's acid mantle has a pH of slightly acidic, almost neutral, so between 4.5 to 4.7 to 5.5 is the pH of our skin, which is almost neutral and very less acidic. So when you're using, so the closer you move to 0 on the scale of 1 to 10, the closer you go above 5 and towards 0, that's how much acidic the pH becomes. So when you use 2-3 products which are very acidic in nature, you're bringing down the pH of your skin barrier, and that will damage your skin barrier. Using one product which is acidic in its pH, like say an exfoliating acid, is not going to damage your skin barrier, because understand one thing, that our skin also naturally has the ability to regulate its pH back to what pH it has. So you can use an exfoliating acid product, and within some time your skin will bring it back to its natural pH. But when you go in with different products which are very acidic, then you're not allowing your skin to regulate it back to its own pH. That's when your skin barrier gets damaged. How does this play into the equation with Hustle? Hustle has a pH of 5.1, which is the natural pH of your skin. So perfect. You use an exfoliating product. It can be of any pH, whatever the pH of your product is. Usually it'll be in the range of 3 to 4. Wait for 5 to 7 minutes and then add Hustle. And I say wait 5 to 7 minutes. You can also immediately use Hustle, and it's not going to harm your skin, but just to get the most out of your product, out of your exfoliating acid product, I would say wait for 5 to 7 minutes. Let it do its job, because your skin's pH is going to be lowered, and the exfoliation is going to happen. You can't see all this obviously, and then go in with Hustle, and Hustle brings back the pH of your skin to its natural pH, and all's great in the world. So yeah, from an ingredient perspective, it's not like any of these ingredients cancel each other out or harm, cause any harm on the skin. No, it's simply a game of pH, and once you understand that, layering ingredients becomes a lot easier.